All right, welcome everybody. I want to thank Chris, Kaylin, and Brian for being a part of this. It seems annually to do this mock draft. I wish there was more of you that would participate. I'm not going to lie, but I really do appreciate you, the three brothers that are here today to do this for everybody. And let's just have some fun with it. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just get started. We got pick one. Picking for Bishop Sycamore will be Kaylin. What are you thinking, Kaylin?
Well, I mean, I don't think the draft really starts till the second pick. I think this one's pretty obvious. It's Jeremiah Love.
All right. All right, there it is. Jeremiah Love. So now picking second for Banjo Blitz is myself. You know what? The sleeper ADPs are kind of messed up. I'm not gonna lie. This guy's not even close to the second ADP, but I know that Banjo Blitz comes from the Carolina family of C. Jackson. So I'm gonna say he's literally gonna go Jonathan Brooks.
Wow.
It's a big jump for RB2.
I think he's going to be the RB1. I think Chuba Hubbard's just been a placeholder while they get him healthy.
Hey, we said the same thing last year about Bijan with Algier, and he ate into them touchdowns. So
That's fair. There's no running backs available. Banjo kind of needs one. He might go something different, but I don't trust Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson, to be honest. Maybe in Dynasty, but not here. Remember, Brooks is only 23 years old still, right? So, all right. So we got picking for Mother Tucker. It's going to be Chris.
all right, so looking here at the board, just he's got a good balance on his keepers. Looks like we could go running back or receiver, but I'm gonna go receiver here, just someone with big upside in the second year of this offense, which Tyler Shuck. We're gonna go Chris Olave.
That's a great pick.
Yep.
All right. So now picking for Green Lightning at 4, it's going to be Brian.
Well, is he able to make the draft this year?
I doubt it. Well, he said he's going to be in Seattle and he's going to try.
Oh, okay. Well, I had to look at his picks or his keeper scenario, and I don't know. I actually don't like the look of Lucas's team, but I mean the glaring weakness I think is at running back. I think he is going to go Jadarian Price at 4.
I personally am not a huge fan of Jadarian Price, but I could be wrong.
Well, what I think Green Lightning's going to do is draft Jadarian Price and then try to trade me for some type of a lopsided deal.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see what happens.
Kalen, you finally get to make a pick that is going to require some thought. You're picking fifth for Clengy. He doesn't have a single running back kept.
I know, and I don't think he goes receiver here. He's got Brock Bowers on the tight end as well as a keeper, so I think he's gonna go with the upside just being young. I think he's gonna go Monangai.
Ooh.
Crazy mock already, I'll be honest. All right, so pick 6, picking for Green Lightning again. It's myself. I think this if Green Lightning literally picks Jadarian Price here, I think he could look at potentially trying to reset his keepers. Obviously, he has pick 4 and 6 because he must have did a little bit of selling last year. So what an opportunity here to potentially get the second best running back in the draft as well as the best wide receiver. So I think he's going to go Carnell Tate because early on in the draft you got to try to find ways to replace those keepers, and Carnell Tate might be one of those guys. All right, picking at 7, we have for Storm, Chris.
All right, so looking over at the keepers, I'm not a huge fan of what I see outside of Luther Burden. Uh, but running back is getting kind of thin already, and there's two serviceable ones being kept with Blake Corum and Jalen Warren. Don't like their situations this year, but they'll still be pretty high upside handcuffs. For that reason, I'm gonna go with Mr. Consistent himself, Mike Evans.
He is likely the WR1 in San Fran. All right, pick 8 for Sueño. We got Brian.
Yeah, that pick of Mike Evans kind of threw me off here a little bit. Well, actually, maybe even a couple of those picks actually. I was expecting some rookies really to go off the board here. Ah, geez. I mean, again, Sueño's running back situation doesn't look good, but I honestly like, who else do you draft? I think Sueño will go best available, and I think it's between um, Jordan Tyson and Makai Lemon. I think he's going to go Jordan Tyson.
Sueño does like to pick his rookies. I know that. All right, so we got pick 9, and it looks like it's Silver Bullets in his first year in Tier 1, and it's going to be Kalen.
Oh, and he's only got Saquon on the running back for keepers. And, the running backs are thin. It's probably his survive year, and just sell. So he probably goes best available between Christian Watson and Makai Lemon. But for the future, I think he goes Makai Lemon.
I think if you were going to pick between those two, that's the right pick because he already has Matthew Golden, right? So I can't see him going 2 wide receivers off Green Bay, but I guess you never know. All right, so pick 10 for Sky Blue. It's me. All right, so Sky Blue, I think, is in a prime position here I know he's got no running backs either. He's got RJ Harvey. But again, when you look at the running backs, it's like, is there really anyone worth picking this early when there's still a guy like Christian Watson available who is a WR1, right? They just signed him to the big money. I think we're going to see a run on wide receivers here, and this gives Sky Blue Army an awesome player to get that's going to be productive right away. I'm going Christian Watson. All right, so pick 11. It's for Fighting Geese. It's going to be Chris.
All right, so looking over at the keepers, just keeping Dak Prescott, Travis Etienne, Marvin Harrison, and Zay Flowers, and the tight end for Cleveland. So that's yet again another good balance keeper situation. And although I do think the receivers here, yeah, I think we're going to go. Let's go Jordan Tyson here. I think it's where he falls. No, you already picked Jordan Tyson. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm looking,
Tyson's
I'm,
gone.
I'm looking at my screen up top. My bad.
No
Let's
worries.
see here. So we got Sutton. So I think someone that's in a good situation with he's not the gunslinger he once was, but in that Pittsburgh offense, I think Michael Pittman is going to put up some numbers. So let's let him go off the board here.
The big thing with receivers on Pittsburgh is, at least for this year, they got to be friends with Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, they're literally not going to get any throws. That's just the way Rodgers operates. So we'll have to see if he can make friends with them. Picking for pick 12, it's going to be Too Good for a Name and Brian.
Well, I think Too Good. I mean, we've had the discussions that we feel that Too Good could be in a championship year. I think his keeper quality is probably near the best in the league, I think, especially with his wide receivers. And again, I just look at everybody's needs right now, and all I see is running back need. And he needs running backs. I really do. And I don't know who to draft for him, to be honest with you. I think that Yeah, I'm a little bit perplexed what he's gonna do here. So just give me 1 sec. Is DJ Moore off the board?
Yeah, he's being kept.
Is he? Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. All right, I think I this is where he may go tight end. I think I just don't think there's any running backs worth taking. So I think he's gonna go Sadiq off the Giant or the Jets.
All right, so you're picking again at pick 13 for
Yeah.
Sky Blue Army.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
My personal opinion, Kenyon Sadiq, not going to be that relevant this year.
Maybe. But I'm just thinking best available. Um, Sky Blue Army. Wow. I think he could almost go dart throw in any direction here because again, as the keeper quality isn't super fantastic. I think that he could probably improve in any direction. And I think I'm going to go. Again, it's a bit of a dart throw, I think, but I'm going to go KC Conception off the Browns. I don't like picking any Browns player, but that's who I'm going with. I think he's just the best available there right now.
All right, so picking for no more, it's going to be Kalen. And this is the draft pick you traded him. So isn't that interesting that you're now picking for him?
Let's have a look here. No more. I mean, he's stacked for running backs. I mean, the Brooks thing might throw him off with keeping Chuba. Who knows? I think that was a wild card pick too. Um, he's only got Josh Downs on the wide receiver keepers, so I think he's clearly going wide receiver here. Um, you know, I'm gonna put it up between Wilson and Johnston personally. I don't think he goes Boston here. I don't think he likes the pick. I'll go, Jacoby Brissett, as much as people will shade him, I think he's the only reason why Michael Wilson finished as a top 10 wide receiver. I think he keeps throwing, and I think Marvin Harrison puts up another fit this year. I'm gonna go pick Michael Wilson for him.
I love the pick. The reality is, what I've read in the offseason reports here is Michael Wilson's actually going to compete for the WR1 spot against Marvin Harrison. So he very well could be the one there. So I think that's a good pick. Picking for the 6 is myself. I think at this point, again, I think the running backs are just pure trash. The pick here, I think, is between Alec Pierce and Jaden Higgins, to be perfectly honest with you. The fact that Jaden Higgins is playing behind Collins still, though, the only true one left, I feel, is Alec Pierce. So I know he's got the injury, but hopefully he's going to be ready to go. And if he is, and Daniel Jones is ready to go, I think Alec Pierce is going to put up some decent numbers. So I'm going to go Alec Pierce. All right, picking at 16 for the 12th man, it's Chris.
All right, here. So we look pretty heavy at running back with looking at his keepers with Henderson, Walker, Genty, and Jacobs at the moment. And I know he's shopping around at Doomsday, but right now that's his only wide receiver selection. So I think it's pretty clear wide receiver is going to be more of the need at this point in time. Let's see here. So I guess the question is, do you go kind of young guy, or do you get more of an established veteran that's got some high upside? Um, and I do think here people are, let's see, can you scroll down a little bit on the receivers on your end?
Absolutely.
I just don't want to get confused with mine. Let's see here. Scroll down just a tad more here. I want to make sure he's still available for. Yeah, so right here. So here's a guy coming off an injury, second year player. I think is going to have a big year, and I think people are overblowing his move to cornerback just purely. I think he's going to go Travis Hunter here.
Thing is, too, is he can dress Travis Hunter in that DB spot. That's what we determined. So if he dresses him in that DB spot and he puts up the wide receiver numbers, that's huge numbers out of the DB hole, to be perfectly honest with you. So I like that pick. I think you're absolutely right, Chris. Everybody is just ignoring that guy, and he very well could put up big numbers. Picking again here is Chris, this time for Billsy Bobs.
All right, here and looking at his keepers right now, it looks like he did, like you mentioned, switch that keeper to DJ Moore, and I think he could probably stand to maybe go out and look for another running back before the draft, just because I'm not Rico. Just being Carolina last year, I do know he was very streaky. He'll have a stretch of games where he's just unbelievable, but then he just disappears. So I think here you can't really afford to look away at running back no matter what's on the board right now. And I think best available right now that he would like is Ramondre Stevenson.
I think that's a good pick. That was going to be my next pick for Ramrod. So you definitely took that pick from me. So picking for 18 is myself for Ramrods. So, it's interesting here for Ramrods because, again, the running backs are a huge premium, and there's really just no bona fide guy left that could put up big numbers unless you believe in Krosky Merritt. He literally had Aaron Jones before, but got rid of him. So it really just comes down to, does he want a guy that's going to produce right away? And to me, that's likely like Cortland Sutton or Quentin Johnston or Khalil Shakur, right? Just in the theme of Khalil Shakur getting picked at like 16 to 18 every year, I'm going to pick Khalil Shakur for him. I know DJ Moore is there, but again, that offense is still going to put up a lot of throws with Josh Allen there and the new stadium and all that. So they're going to want to put on a show for sure. All right. So pick 19 for Vlad and Klenji. It's Kalen.
All right. Well, seeing as I picked him picking up Monin guy in the fifth pick here, I think he, as much as Waddle's now in Denver, I think that Denver offense is going to be pretty good this year. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Cortland Sutton.
All right. And the last pick of the first round, lots of wide receivers selected, running backs early on. It's going to be Storm at 20 for Brian.
Yeah, I think, Storm needs a running back. Can you just give me the picture of the running back window that you got on your screen?
So Brian Robinson, Aaron Jones, Algier, James Conner, Krosky
Uh,
Barrett. You
Hey,
got
Rod, I don't know if you know or not, on the right-hand side, if you click that little up arrow, it should jump it up the board where you see more.
right here.
Yeah, the arrow up. There you go.
okay. Yeah, not an inspiring board. I think, I don't think Storm can avoid not picking a running back here. She may wait to the second round, and this is a huge risk and probably won't pay off until later in the year. But I think she's going to go Zach Charbonnet at 20 as a risky pick to pay off later and maybe next year.
All right. So honestly, I don't think the draft's gonna go like this at all. I would be curious to hear from everybody who they thought was the worst pick of the first round here in the mock. We can start with Kalen. What do you think was the worst pick?
I don't love the Sadiq at 12.
That's
Yeah.
personally my pick for worst pick too. I don't think Sadiq goes anywhere near the first round at all. And for a guy like Too Good for a Name who's playing for a championship, why would the hell would he pick a guy like Kenyon Sadiq who there's no guarantee there when guys like Michael Wilson, Alec Pierce are still on the board? What do you think, Chris?
Just being a Carolina fan, I think the Brooks pick is a little high for where he should go. Just coming off two major injuries, if you including the one in college, that's three major injuries. You got Chuba Hubbard in ahead of you, who's got a big contract. Mind you, teams don't just sit a big contract guy on the bench just to collect dust. So I think that's a bit high for where like he probably should have went like a Lave. Someone's got high upside at receiver in that second year offense. Jadarian Price, who's going to be the bell cow in Seattle at least for the first at least 8 to 10 weeks in Seattle. So I felt there was a few other directions you could have went right there.
That's fair. Shit ton of risk there. There's no doubt about it, right?
Oh
Because of
yeah,
the
for sure.
injuries. But
No denying
yeah,
his talent. He's
yeah,
been getting rave reviews in camp too, so that's not just smoke. I mean, he's been doing amazing. Just can he stay healthy? That's the biggest thing.
for sure. And like, not forget, like AP, I mean, he had major knee injuries and he was able to still have a successful career, right? So,
Hmm.
Brooks was that number one running back prospect a couple of years ago. So it's just, hope their injuries derailed him. And the hope is obviously he can come back for Panthers fans for sure. Brian, what was the worst pick?
Just a question, Manon guy in Chicago, is he what is he? Is he sharing the backfield or
Well, DeAndre Swift is definitely still there. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
um,
I think with that pick more so too. He's Swift, I believe, is in the last year of his contract this year. So I think more so with what he did last year, he put up numbers in a RB2 role, kind of spelling Swift, and he did amazing with that. And then when he was out completely, he put up, I think it was a game, he almost put up 200 yards rushing. So, I mean, he's got really high upside in a contract year. That's a good prospective keeper pick.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking maybe Mike Evans. And the only reason
Yeah.
I'll say this, he's been pretty injury prone the last few years. He's let's face it, getting a little bit over the hill. Yeah, he probably goes into a good situation with San Francisco, but I think he's one of those guys that has a very high injury risk. And then, obviously, if you look at the next few picks, Tyson, Lemon, if any one of those guys pans out and is like a keeper for the next like 5 years, then, even Watson, if he gets over his injuries, Michael Pittman still looks like he's capable of being a WR1. So I'd probably say Mike Evans, mostly due to the injury risk and age factor.
Well, you got to remember he is also going to be practicing next to a massive power grid, so we know the history on that, but
Mm,
Yeah,
true.
me personally, I just not a fan of Jadarian Price. If you've read the offseason reports, George Holani has got most of the first team reps. So, I mean, it could be just a smoke screen or whatever, but you would think a rookie in OTAs would be getting those first team snaps with first round capital. So there's got to be something there that we're not seeing.
Mm,
I
I
think that
guess we'll
early.
see. I think training camp's gonna change that. I like George Holani is just a guy. That's all he is in the Seattle offense. You could throw Kenny McIntosh in that same role, and then they also got Emmanuel Wilson. Honestly, I think Seattle's gonna they have to lean on him until Charbonnet's back. I just don't think
For sure.
they have anybody in the backfield that can, replace Kenneth Walker. But I think they have to throw all their chips on the table for Jadarian Price. That's my opinion. But
Didn't Emmanuel Wilson sign with Seattle too? The old
yeah,
backup for Green Bay? Yes, I mean he's
yeah, he
a
did.
serviceable starter too with
Yeah.
potential.
Well,
I think
guys,
it's just because the commish has Helani and he's trying to barter for
He's trying
that
to drive
possible
up
trade
that price.
possibility.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
not wrong. I have them in Dynasty 1 and 2, actually.
Oh,
So.
well, that's the one.
All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank you for once again doing this for the league. I will post this video tomorrow, and lots of fun, and I really can't wait to get this going here in 8 days. So I just want to thank you for showing up again, and best of luck this year for everyone involved.
Always appreciate it.
Sweet. Good luck,
Go
fellas.
Hawks.